Morning, everybody. Hey. Yeah, so did my recertification, so I'm good for another 2 years. So did my certification for this program is based on the Taichi for Health Institute program. Yeah, so if I have links to it on my YouTube on the YouTube pages. But every 2 years we need to get recertified just to review and it's good. It's good to go and watch and find out what's new. Um, if there's any updates to the protocol, or he has so many programs. So the institute has so many programs. Like I just do the arthritis fall prevention, and to me, if you do the whole arthritis fall prevention or the other Tai Chi and Qigong, it actually kind of absorbs a lot of those other programs. But for people who don't have time, and maybe they don't want to learn everything. They have things like rehabilitation. So you get injured and you have to do rehab. He has a program that just focuses on rehab. So you take the whole program and he just kind of dissects and picks and chooses things that are really appropriate just to get you back on your feet and healthy internally and externally. Um, there's a program for diabetes, right? So movements that just focus on diabetic. Uh, there's one for energy. Um, I forget. I can't even think that he's always had one for kids, one for workplace, and what they are. When I look at them, they're just nice, short little programs instead of having to learn the whole thing. So it's a nice introduction to the Tai Chi and the internal Kung Fu. And you can go to the Tai Chi for Health Institute website and see all of these things on there, different ones. But yeah, went out to Waipahu to the Leeward Y, and that's where what they call the master trainer. The master trainer is somebody who's certified to provide certification for the instructors. So the Hawaii master trainer is Elena Ferrier, and she's actually from Honolulu, but her career was all on the mainland, working for, I think it was with Ford. It was with one of the car manufacturers. I want to say Ford. So in her post-career retirement life, she's picked up the Tai Chi and the Tai Chi for Health, and she's with her training as a trainer, as a professional corporate trainer. Yeah, she's really taken it far and done a lot for Hawaii and helped to spread it all over. And she works with Dr. Lam um, in promoting the program, so she's very important to the program. Yeah, she was here for 2 weeks. She's going back today, and I think she said as soon as she goes back, she has to meet Dr. Lam for a conference to help him with the conference. But yeah, she's ready for a break. But she never stops. Anyway, kind of like Susie. I need a break, but uh, yeah. But yeah, she does so much. She's involved with the VA. She's involved with the National Council of Aging, and oh, yeah, just a whole bunch of things. And I think she goes to a lot of his Dr. Lamb's conferences and large workshops all over the place. Okay, so yeah, good morning. So I've been, focusing a lot on uh, really paying attention and feeling this fold here, over here. And when we do the seated, it's hard to emphasize this fold, but bending over here. Uh, for those of you who watch the second half, the part two, whether you stay with us or you watch it on YouTube, then you'll see me talking about how you have to fold here, but it's not just folding, you have to let it turn. And you have to just let go. And when you let go, everything will sit down. And if you let it turn and relax, then that's what's going to keep the knee from coming too far forward. So the guideline is, they always say, is, don't let the knees pass the toe. But really what I found is that if the knees reach the toes, Let me get a little stick here. If the knees reach the toes, that's too far already. Right? So if that's my toe, they'll say, right? They'll say don't let the knees pass the toe. But really, I'm finding the knees shouldn't pass about here before my toe joints. That's where I'm finding it should be. But that's all guidelines. So if you see it happening, that's just telling you, oh, we're doing something wrong. The way to prevent the knees from shooting forward. Right? So you have to back up a little bit. Right? Everything, our body is controlled by muscles. So the problem is, right, when the knees come forward, you look at the angle, right? The angle of the leg coming down. So the muscle is expanding this way, right? It's pushing forward, and that's pushing the knee forward. And as the knee comes forward, the pressure goes under the kneecap. So when the knee is back, right, that helps to keep the pressure away from the kneecap. But what I'm discovering as we study this is that the problem isn't the position of the knee. The problem is that we're expanding the muscle. Right? We're expanding the muscle. We're pushing. So if the muscle is expanding that way and we're keeping the knee back, we're fighting ourselves. If that makes sense, right? Because in one way, I'm pushing the muscle that way, and then I'm forcing my body not to go. But because I'm pushing the muscle down, my body naturally wants to go here. So you can try that. Right? When you bend down and you fold, you still have to fold. And this is where I said you have to really fold this back and let it fold, right? And relax the upper body. I'm actually still in line, right? My body is angled like this because I have these folds. But if I don't turn, if I don't relax and just let this naturally turn, I can feel this muscle still flexed. So if the muscle is flexed, it's expanding outwards, right? And you can see how far my knee is. So I have to consciously pull that back. And I'm just focusing on this lineup. The way to fix that is focus on this joint here. So if I fold, but I let it turn, because really it wants to turn, as I let it turn, that tension starts to disappear. And I can feel right in the center of my quads get really strong. Not the whole leg, right? Just the center gets strong. So now not all the muscles are expanding outwards. And if I fold, I let it turn, I let this stick out, and then just concentrating on keeping that there. Then when I pick up the leg, the knee doesn't shoot forward. And I can feel it all over here, really focusing over here. And that's what we want, right? We want this muscle, we want the quadriceps to develop. Right? We don't want to send that force into the kneecap, into the joint area. That's what causes the knee pains. And if that muscle is pushing down and we're moving, then we're grinding that joint, right? So if we're compressing the joint, we're contributing to to the knee problems, right? We're grinding it. So we want to keep that pressure off. So when we move, right, it's not compressing and grinding.
So the key is to feel it in the middle of your thigh area. Because
yeah,
it's a little different because we have wider hips maybe versus a man. So you're telling us to try and feel it in the middle thigh area.
Yeah. So if right, if I the way you really feel it is you have to transfer it to one leg. So if even if I need to use something to support me, that I can stand on one leg. Okay? So if I'm on one leg and I only fold forward here, I can feel the whole the whole quadricep flexing and getting tense. right? The whole thing, right? And we think that's what we have to do, right? Strong, hold it, don't give up, right? Make it strong. But really, the whole thing about internal kung fu is learning to relax. Right? Sung is number one. Letting go is the first lesson. So we need to be as relaxed as possible. Use only enough energy that we need to do the movement. We still have to have muscle integrity, so we still have to exercise to make it strong. But the application is we don't, if we only need 1 pound of energy, why are we using 10 pounds? That's a waste and that's locking us up. So if I stand on one leg, hold that. If I stand on one leg and I only fold this way, I can feel everything flexing and tensing. That means the muscle is expanding, right? But as soon as I relax and I let this fold and turn, I can feel everything starting to let go and it sits. And then I can feel it starting to isolate. So it's instead of every muscle in there flexing and you can't move now because every muscle can't move, right? Just that muscle inside, the important muscle, the truly big muscle, flexes, starts doing all the work, and the other muscles around it can relax a little bit and can support that muscle. So when I explain this, I imagine, right, if we had 100 people and somebody's there saying, "Oh, I got to put up this big telephone pole," and somebody says, "Oh, come and help you." They push from that side. Oh, we need more people, right? And eventually, 100 people get this telephone upright, and everybody's pushing equally. I said, "Yay, we did it, right? We got this telephone pole up." If one person lets go, hey, you cannot let go. You're like, "Oh, I got things to do." Somebody tries to run away, it starts moving. Oh, right? The 100 people is every muscle. So if you flex every muscle, yeah, you got maximum strength, but that maximum strength is locked up. You can't do anything, right? So if the wind blows this way, right, it's like we got maximum strength. You got to push harder. That just locks everything else up. But, right, if they relax and they listen and feel and they allow that vibration and movement, then if it moves a little bit, nobody panics. It's like, oh, we need a little bit. And it's constant. It's constant movement. It's constant movement, constant adjustment, right? As you're walking, that's constant movement, right? But if you lock, you cannot move. Because if you move as you're falling, right, nobody can let go or everybody's expended. Every muscle has expended maximum. So as I study this, everything comes down in the mechanics, everything comes down to these joints, these two joints. You have to relax. If you want to pick up this leg, that means you have to fold and turn. So I have to let my body turn, let this stick out, right? So I'm turning, right? Let this stick out and just relax. And then that leg can be free. And then if I step, I can only step so far, right? I'm focusing 100%, well, almost 100% in here, and just find the ground. Then I can shift. I want to pick up this leg, so I have to turn that way now in this joint. Then this leg frees up. If I want to step there, I can step there, but I have to commit to here. Stay here, right? Don't turn, don't reach, just expand what it allows me. I want to pick up this leg, I have to shift, I have to turn. As I turn, this leg gets free. So if you watch the bottom of my feet, right, if I shift and I fold, it's not real obvious what's happening here. But if I turn, as soon as I turn and drop into here, my heel picks up. Then I can pick up the leg. If I shift and I fold, this the heel doesn't pick up until I turn. And when I turn, then the heel picks up. So it's really simple. The concept is really simple, but like everything else, you have to practice and you have to commit to it because that's not how we've learned. So you still have to force yourself to move and you still have to experiment by shifting, picking up the leg. What does this feel like? And if I turn, if I let it turn, what does this feel like? What does this feel like? And how relaxed it is. So there's multiple levels of how that applies to fall prevention. Right? There's building the muscle. We're still building the muscle, but now we're much more intelligent about how we build the muscle, right? Instead of just muscling everything, right, and hoping everything, we start intelligently building the muscle. You learn how to relax and collapse. So if you're falling instead of stiffening, we're teaching you to relax, let this fold, right? Let this stick back. So they'll bring the center of balance back. And my concept of if you're going to fall, right, fall prevention, learning how to fall, my concept is to minimize the damage to your body. So to minimize, you have to drop straight down. Okay? If you can drop straight down like this, great. Right? Nothing's touched, nothing's hit the ground. But if you drop straight down, maybe one knee, right? What I'm doing is I'm sitting here, so this takes practice. But if you fall straight down, maybe one knee, maybe the hand contact, but you can start easing and you have some control, right? Of coming down, and then you can roll over or rest. But if you are here and you fall like this, there's no control, right? The the natural fight or flight reaction of bracing yourself is actually going to, right? It exposes the whole body. So if you fall splayed out like this, you can potentially hit every part of the front of your body on the ground. And I've seen this. I've seen this in person. And that means you can injure from the top to the bottom. Right? This, right? This we want to protect the head. So if we crumple straight down, right, we have a good chance of protecting this. We might hurt the knee, we might hurt the wrist. And I think I mentioned this, one of my students in the other class, she, right after we actually practiced it in that class, she did fall, she hurt her wrist. She's so grateful that she learned that because she said she knew it would have been worse. But even breaking her wrist, this is months ago, maybe over a year ago, she's still suffering consequences of this damage. She's going, it's not healing properly. But can you imagine if it was the wrist, two wrists, everything, yeah, everything. Look, another lady, same thing. After we talked about this, she did fall, and she had one injury over here, and she said the same thing. I was more relaxed. She knew it would have been worse. So tripping and spraying out, right? That's what we want to prevent. So learning how to crumple straight down minimizes it. So if you're practicing here and learning how to fold and let go and learning how to step, not reaching, but just learning just to step small steps comfortably, that's fall prevention, right? Not overstepping, and all the weight stays here. So there's muscle building in a different way. There's learning how to relax and crumple, um, so that if you do fall, and we all fall, we all fall, we all rush, we all get excited. I'm I'm not immune to that. I do it all the time. I'm tripping with my slippers, right? I'm not picking up my feet high enough. So the more you practice, the more it becomes part of your everyday life. So reducing you start reducing the amount of time you, let's say that you walk improperly, right? So you increase the amount of time where you're taking your time, you're walking safer and such. So that's all in the Tai Chi. It has to be explained and discovered, but it's in there. Yeah? And that's why to me the Tai Chi is no longer about the form. It's not, oh, Yang form, Chen form, 24, 8, 108, right? It's no matter what Tai Chi you do, no matter what movement you do, if it's intelligent, it's really studying movement and what you're doing. Yeah? And what the Tai Chi brings in is the relaxation, but relaxing how you're doing something. And people forget that they forget or they don't believe, yeah, Tai Chi is a fighting art. Tai Chi was it was it I don't know if it started as a fighting art, right? Nobody really knows, but Tai Chi is a fighting art. So it has to be very intelligent, it has to be strong, it has to be flexible, it has to be fast. So when people see the practice, only the slow practice, right, then they don't believe it, yeah? They just think, oh, it's an outdated form. The common comment on everything is, oh, have them fight an MMA fighter. That's a common for everything, yeah, because MMA is popular. But Tai Chi, to fight, you have to be healthy. So Tai Chi looks at the whole internal of the health, the body, the condition of the body, right? So, and the balance, clearing the mind, everything, right? To be the supreme fighter, right? You have to have clear mind. You have to control your emotions. You have to have a lot of strength, flexible, strong, intelligent. Yeah, that's what Tai Chi is about. So Tai Chi Chuan literally means grand ultimate fist. So it's the Tai Chi is the grand ultimate, right? If you study it. Anyway, sorry, we'll put that out to the introduction. Yeah, why to take the class? Okay. All right, extend the legs. Yeah, but yeah, really, yeah, there's I have so much emphasis in my own training on folding into here and just really committing to this now. Yeah, yesterday I did the whole form, 108 movements. I was surprised I was able to do it. I had to do it really slow to commit to what I was just talking about, shifting and folding and just walking carefully so I didn't disrupt this. It was, in my view, it's probably as perfect as I've ever done the form, which is not to say it's perfect. I still had, some knee pains, but the way I was practicing it and the way it allowed me to move by focusing on how I moved and committed to this joint actually allowed the movement to come out naturally. So it's hard to explain without experiencing it, but the steps come out, the hand comes out, and you can see the form starts to come out. And you can break away from the structure of the form that you learn, and you can feel how it allows you to move naturally. Yeah. And to modify it, or follow it, or enhance it, or change it. Yeah, it's really interesting. Okay, so the other thing I've been talking about is the knees. So extend, gently, gently flex and press the knees down. You want to stretch the back of the knees, the back of the leg. To me, especially as we get older, that's a really neglected. I think for everybody at whatever age, it's really neglected. Yeah? And we talk about don't lock. So I think the danger of or the bad side of if we only emphasize don't lock and don't hyperextend is we forget to stretch. And we only stretch by going forward, but gently pressing the knees down, letting this stretch. And we want to build that into the beginning, in all the warm-ups, in all the preparation, in all the movements. And then stretch your feet and build all that in. Just let your body yawn. Use the ha, right? Take a nice deep breath. And when you exhale, ha, just let it gently stretch and then gently let go. So the first lesson, as I'm studying it and I'm really listening to what are we doing, right? Every movement is important. So from the very beginning, the first thing we do is we try to align our body, and then we take a breath, we breathe in, and then ha, and then we let it go. So the first important lesson is let it go. Yeah. So extend the legs, take a nice breath in, expand from here, and then ha, let it go, and then gather. Breathing in, think way up in the sky, and out. Drop the shoulders and direct with the palms and the fingertips through the body, flowing into the earth. Let everything go and then start to gather. And if you don't let go of all the air in your body, you can't fill it up with new, fresh air. You can't flow that energy in from the universe, from the Tao. So you have to let go of what you have. That's the story. Right? If the cup is full, how can there be room to learn anything new? Right? You have to empty the cup. Right? And then you can expand and breathe in all that good, clean, rich energy from around you. And then you have room to flow it through your body. And then you're able to move the stale chi through and out of your body. And then you're able to open up blockages. And then you're able to listen carefully to what's going on in your body. Use the fingertips to help direct the chi down. And feel with your palms that light resistance. And breathe in from the earth. Feel the legs, the hips, the knees, all the joints expanding, rising up through the spine. And press, and then let go. Let it flow back into the earth. Imagine pulling that energy up from the earth, through the bottom of the feet, through the legs, through the spine, over the top of the head, and back down the front of the body. And use the E, use the intent. As you breathe in, expand the lower belly, sink the air down, sink the chi down to the lower dantian. One more time. Focus in the bones, flowing all that beautiful energy through the bones, stimulating the bone marrow. And then come up from the side, eyes looking way out to the horizon, breathing in and out. And in and out. Use the ha sound, especially when you exhale. It's like you're yawning. That inhale is part of that yawn, and that exhale, that ha, releasing. One more time. Scan the horizon or look way out into the stars, to the night sky. Scooping down, filling up the whole body. Nice deep breath. And exhale and squeeze, like you're squeezing all that energy out of every muscle. And then slowly relaxing so everything flows back in. And then focus in the bones. Deep breath, fill up the bones and squeeze and twist every bone in your body. And then slowly relax, everything flows back in. And then focus on the joints, the ligaments and tendons, twisting and wrapping, coiling and uncoiling. Slowly let everything go so the blood, the chi, everything can flow back into the body. As your hands come down, feel where the palms help you to rise. Feel that connection. Just let the hands come straight down. Relax and bring one leg in. Press that leg and then sink into the hip joint and pick up the other leg. And the other thing we've been doing, I've been introducing is, right, we want to connect the palms with the feet. So when you breathe in, when you bring your hands down, relax, and you feel like you're guiding that little balloon down really gently. And if you relax your whole body and let everything go, right, the arms, the wrist, the palm, the fingers will just fall. But there's a certain point where you want to connect and use your hands, like if you need to stand. If I need to rise, right, I can just use my legs and I can try and pull my upper body, or I can use my hands, right, to try to help me lift, right? I'm going to push down a little. So I push down and that helps me to rise. And I just hold that there. If I let it go, right, I lose that. But if I keep my hands here, that will assist me. So as we're doing this movement, you decide at what point that the hands are going to rest, and then the hands fill and stretch, and you can feel how they're really lightly, just lightly helping to assist you to rise. So if we're standing, if we're doing the standing, I could be sinking, and at some point I say, oh, right here, right? It's like my hands are braced on something, and I'm going to rise, and I can feel my whole body get full. So I can feel the palms connect. Right? It could be anywhere. I could come up, and it could be from the beginning, and right here, oh, right, everything is full. Right? It's like I'm climbing over the wall, right? The whole body is full. I could still sink. I could still kind of hold it even though I'm going down, or I could just let it go, right? And it would just fall. So on the chair, it's that same thing. Coming out, okay? Drop your shoulders, shoulder blades, shoulders, elbows, just relax. And at any point you decide, oh, right here, right, sternum up, everything connects. And you feel that full feeling. And then to pick up, when we do the second half, pay attention to how the hand connects and helps the leg, whether it's same side or the other side. So listen to your palms. If you don't have to tense any of this. Just listen to the surface of the palms. Right? It's like you're trying to palm a bowl or a ball. Right? You can't tense here. It's just the surface right there. Just stretch. The more you relax, the more this hand can activate. Right? So you listen for that connection to sync up the palm with the lower body. Yeah. All right, extend the legs and then slowly walk it back just to find the earth, and then lightly press the toes down. Slowly expand, reach the toes down. Open the throat as you breathe in. Try to tuck your hip forward a little. Expand the spine and feel yourself being pulled from above. Feel your feet being pulled from below. Expand your arms, relax them, and then expand the fingertips, and then imagine the fingertips being pulled. So the bottom of the feet and the toes are being pulled from the outside. The fingertips are being pulled from the outside, expanding, stretching the palms and the fingertips. And the head is being pulled and supported from above so the spine can relax. Take a deep breath and let it all out. And then breathe naturally. And then turn your palms and begin the warm up. Breathing in. Feel the fingers expanding, stretching, pulling you forward. Breathing in. And sinking a little. Turning the palms. Coming out. Feel right where everything gets full. And then come down. Just the head, opening up the neck. Keeping the spine nice and expanded and upright. Open the throat. Relax. Use the ha syllable. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. If you need to take another breath of air in the movement, just breathe naturally. Eventually, you'll be able to slow down your breathing. Extend, reaching, sinking back to the center, relaxing. Press at your shoulder blades. Feel everything get full and then down. Number 2, one hand up, one hand down, looking straight ahead, folding, looking at the upper hand and breathing in and turning. Let the fingers stretch and expand. Relax the joints while they're stretching, expanding, breathing in as you turn, and letting go as you come back to center. You can train the spine. Imagine pulling the spine and then letting it go. And pulling the spine and letting it go. One more time. Pulling the spine, letting it go. Coming back to center, height of the throat, open and close. Lift the sternum, feel everything get full and down. Connecting. Turn the palms, fold at the elbows, and squeeze the shoulder blades together, trying to make them touch. And then pull them up and over. Turn the palms, slowly rotating the palms throughout the whole movement. Taking your time. Check that the feet are gently pressing into the earth. If you want, you can practice heavy, heavy feet, heavy legs. Come forward. On the next rotation, just let the arms hang straight down, so they're gently brushing the leg. Pull the shoulder blades, and then up and turn, and then squeeze the shoulder blades. All the way down. Relax and do one side when you're ready. Keep both palms open. Notice how my fingertips through my wrist, through my forearm are constantly against my body. Keep the other palm open and expanded. Do at least 3 times before you switch. Let the body turn, the waist turn, let the neck turn. Come forward, front to back. Yes, I heard that. the head turn as the body turns all the way down. Relax a little bit and do the other side. But still keep the palm open, the fingers stretched. And look straight ahead. Now scan the horizon. Keep the head up. Try to keep the neck in line. Listen to the shoulder joint. What's going on with the shoulder blade? Go forward. And when you finish your last rotation, two sides back to front and then front to back. And then we'll do the second warm up for the shoulders. All the way down, slowly letting it go. Take a breath. Yeah, and then loose circles. Keep the elbows down. Just like swatting something, really loose and relaxed. You just want to shake out the muscle. And then slow it down. And then we begin. Breathing in, coordinating, and out. Check that the feet are still expanded into the earth. The fingertips are still expanded and stretching and being pulled. The throat is open, the lower belly is relaxed and expanding. The top of the head is being suspended and gently pulling. And then start pulling the spine in one direction and letting it go. Pull the spine and release. And then pull the spine, release. Pull the spine, release. Pull the spine and release. One more time each side. Pull the spine, let go. Pull the spine and let go. And let everything come to center. Finish their movements. Okay, moving to the spine, holding the ball and slowly separating, keeping both palms in the center, wrists relaxed, palms relaxed, fingertips extended, being pulled. Relax and feel the spine stretching, expanding with a little twist going up from the tailbone all the way up through the neck. Take a deep breath and release when you're ready. Fingertips expanding, shoulders down, elbows straight down. Open the palm. Just breathe naturally, allowing for that stretch to come out. Expand the lower belly. Keep the shoulder blades down. Take a deep breath and expand and let go. The palms and fingers still stretched. Breathing in as they pass. Finish the breath and exhale when you're ready. Try to pass right in front of the heart. Keep the wrist and the palms aligned with the rest of the arm. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. We're going to do our spirals. So pull the spine and drop the elbow and wash the outside. Release. And then winding up, breathing in, lift, fall, and turn, release. And then breathe in and wind up. Let the head turn and exhale. Fingertips nicely stretched and pulling. expand. Breathe in and let go. Exhale. Expand and breathe in. Let go. Expand and breathe in. And come back to center. Do one open and close. Hold the ball up and down. And breathe in and turn towards your upper elbow, the upper hand. Let the waist turn, let the head turn, and release. Turn the palms. Breathe in and out when you're ready. Go at your own speed, your own pace. Feel what you're doing. Come back to center. Hold the ball. Solar plex. Turn the palms. Breathe in and out. Slowly letting it go. Press both feet into the earth. Expand. Feel the hips expanding. And then sink into one side. Sink all the way into the hip and turn in the direction of that hip. And then you can pick up the leg, bring it back, press it down, sink into the hips, and then turn into this hip. Even while we're sitting, teach yourself to turn into that joint. Relax the legs, just let them rest. And then practice with the palms. So pull the chi up from the earth, pull that piston up, and then gently press into the earth. Pay, pay attention to the back of the hands. Pulling the back of the hands up and then pressing the back of the hands down. You listen to the bottom. Pushing the hand up and then pulling the hand down. So the first one is you create that control. Right? You creating that suction, you creating that pressing. And then the next one is you being pushed and you're being pushed. And the third one is you being pulled. Right? So something sucking you, pulling like a vacuum, something sucking and pulling you like a vacuum. Right? So you practice all those three, right? And they can switch and interchange uh, however you want it. But yeah, try to make some time to practice those feelings and see how it connects to your whole body. As you move it, what does the feet feel like? Does it feel like it's pulling or release or pressing or being pushed or lifting? Okay, nice deep breath, reset. Press both feet down. Just press both feet down heavy and then press only one side. Feel one side release and then sink into the hip joint and let the body turn into that leg a little. And you feel the heel lift. And then we begin breathing in, pulling the leg up, letting the leg come forward, hoping to sink and press that leg while the back leg releases and then falls. The front leg, use the palms to help bring the leg and set it down and release the leg so I can step out. On the bottom, just the surface of the palms. And there's a point where you can, right here, everything lets go, all the joints let go, and then you reset and press. And right in that transition, you can feel the joints and the hips relax a little bit and then expand again. And then let go, and then expand, And everything relaxes just a little bit, and then it reactivates, relaxes just a little bit, and then the leg can come up, relaxes just a little bit, and then the hands get involved. Keep the knee straight up and down, then press and sink into the hip joint. Release, and then up one more time. And come back to center, hold the ball, so it brings the leg back in, set it down. Drop one knee, and then pull the spine the other way, and then pull the fingertips out, pulling the spine, breathing in, and then drop the other knee, pull the spine, slide your hands to the front, pulling the fingertips, pulling the spine, breathing in, and release. Take a step. Bring it back. Take another small step. Pull the spine. Take a little bigger step if you can. Pull the spine. Pull the fingertips to the front. Feel the fingertips stretching, expanding. If you can bring the leg back, you can drop legs back a little. It's going to start opening up the hip even more. Remember, just do what's comfortable, what feels safe to you. Nice deep breath. One more time. One more big movement with the legs. And then small movement with the legs. Just drop the knee. Just turn and drop the knee. Hold the ball. Turn the palms. Okay, so as we do the next movement, you can experiment hands open, or if you want to make that loose fist and experiment so you can feel the difference. So I'm going to start with the loose fist first. And the difference is how easy or difficult is it to pick up the legs compared to loose fist, to stretched and open palm or light palm, right? And fully stretched and activated surface. Remember, keep it on the side. And as the hands come up, the inside of the forearm, let it rub against the rib cage as it spirals up. And when you come back, same thing, tuck the elbow and let it rub against the rib cage. Right? Stimulate this area, stimulate. Okay? Left or right, doesn't matter, just so it's opposite hands. Press, sink into the hip, loose fist first, heel. Press the knee down, stretch the back of the leg gently, and then lift and down. Again, loose fist. In, out. Press the heel, and then press the knee down, and then lift and back. And then now I'm going to go open hands. Feel the difference. Stretching the fingertips. Pump the foot. Bring it back. Keep the body upright. Press the knee down. Pump the foot. Lift. Tuck the elbows. Rub against the rib cage. Heel, knee, and pull the spine as you reach. Heel, knee, pump the foot and pull the spine. Do that last movement. Just leave your hands on the side. Don't even lift them up. Just lightly close your hands. Just rest them on the side and only the legs. Only the legs. So, which is easier? Hands resting, closed, hands closed but moving, or hands open and moving? Yeah, which one is easier? You listen. So we try the other extreme, right? Hands open. So open the palms, but don't lift the hands. But now just open and spread. Just the surface activating. Just the surface. See, I just wanted to lift the hands. So if the palms are open, you can stretch. They help to create that energy. But if I let them move, right, it will really help to pick up that leg. And even here, wrapping to pick up the leg. Like I'm winding up a string, bringing it back, and then setting it down. And other side, picking it up, stretching the fingertip, expanding, holding that with the palm, and wrapping, picking up the leg, and coming down. See? So learn to recognize how the palm connects to the leg. The same thing from here, holding the ball, heart, sink into one hip so the other leg can release. And if you want, you can experiment holding the ball to see how it affects this and not using the hands at all, right? Or tucking the hands, tying up the hands, and which is easier. So the palms is like having a compressor and an air tank that's always full. So it's not the shoulders. Shoulders need to be relaxed, elbows need to be relaxed, wrist needs to be relaxed. It's just that surface of the palms, just the fingertips stretching and rounding and relax. So height of heart is a nice height because it allows your shoulders to fall. It helps you to relax. It's small toe, big toe. Yeah, relax. Pull the heels up. Stretch the toes. Stretch. Try to go up just on one toe on each leg. Pulling the heels. Pull, pull, pull. Stretch all the bottom of the foot. And allowing all that fascia to stretch. And then relax. If it tightens up and cramps in between, you just shake it out at that time. And then do at least two, if not more. And stretch the toes. Okay. All right, open and close the hands. Stretch, right? Expand, shake them out. Open and close, right? Stretch, shake them out. Because if we've been doing the whole warm up, and your palm is like that, right? You need to shake that out. Loosen that up. Loosen up the leg. So you can experiment with opposite. So having the hand helping to pick up the leg. So we still have to sink into the hip joint. If we sink into the hip joint, that helps to release this. And if we're standing and we turn, then that helps to pick up the knee. And then if we add the hands, right, that helps to pick up the leg. So you have to think, what is it you need? In other words, if if your muscles, if you need to strengthen your muscles, then you have to make the movement more physical. So if I'm saying, oh, I just have to really work and strengthen those muscles, I need more resistance training, then don't use my hands. Tie up my hands, keep it to the side, but don't use my hands. Don't use my palms, right? Close it so I can't even use my palms. Then this movement becomes way more physical. Right? I need a little bit of help. Well, I'll leave my palms open. It's a little bit easier. Right? I want to practice efficient, relaxed, the whole body, right? Picking up either same hand, right, or opposite, right, and feeling how the hand helps the leg while I'm doing all those other things. And so everything has to have a reason for doing it, right? Otherwise, just which is okay too if that's what you want. But we do this because we're trying to study everything and connect. Yeah, and then so you feel that. And then you look at dance, especially hula, right? Everything picks up together and moves. And if you want, what is it? Kahiku, right? The older style, right? I think it's good, or it's the awana. Yeah, the kahiku, right? If you want that heavy legs, right? Real physical, right? You don't have those nice flowing hand movements to help pick up the legs, right? The hands are stronger, they're tucked in so that you can just boom, you can pound because you want that heavy physical, a lot of muscle. But if you're doing the hula, if you're doing the awana and you're doing the modern hula where it's light, you want lighter legs, then you want those hands involved in picking up. So all those little flowery movements, right, are helping to pick up the leg too. You might not think about it that way, but if you just study it as movement, it's like, oh yeah. What if I do the same movement and I tie up my hand? Oh, it's more physical. And all the training is important. But you can think, you look at what you do and what you decide to do. It's not right or wrong, right? It's intent and it's just different. Yeah. Okay. All right. Make sure everything shakes out, and then we'll run through our form, and we'll do our bell meditation, and we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll do some standing. So first lesson is let it go. Just take a nice breath of air and right, let it go. And then we can gather. Then we can begin. It's so funny. I've been calling it the extended 42. Apparently it's extended 41. Ah. Of course, the way we do it sometimes with me leading, sometimes it's extended 43, 44. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I don't care. Ah, I'm good for the next 2 years. Ah, okay. Take a deep breath. Smile from within. Connect the sun to the sun in your chest. Relax your face muscles, but the feeling of smiling, that smiling energy from the heart. Relax the hips, expand the legs, expand the fingertips, suspend the top of the head. Take another deep breath, looking straight ahead. Let it all out. And just breathe naturally, breathe normally. Expand the palms and begin when you're ready. Breathing in, commencement. Just go at your own speed, your own pace. Take your time. Number two, rolling. Feel the fingertips expanding, being pulled, extended. Rub against the rib cage, and then out, and then back. Height of the heart, open and close. Expand and release. Right side, single whip. Pull the spine to the right, pull the palms out, and as you release the spine, open. raising the palms. Single whip right here. Pull the spine and flow right into one side. Now we count 3. So think of that first one just as a transition, as a preparation. And that's just to match the standing. Feel what you're doing. Release. Pull the spine all the way 45 and release. Then pull the spine and come back to center and release right into an open and close. And then single whip on the left side. So pull the spine, pull the palms out. And as you release, let the palms rise. And pull the spine. So you think of this first one as a preparation. Pull the spine and then you count 3. If you're counting. Release. Pull the spine and release. Pull the spine and release. One more time. Pull the spine and release. Pull the spine and release. Come back to center. Release. Flow right into an open and close. Let the body keep on moving. Brushing the knee on the right side. So pull the spine and pull the fingertips straight up on the right side. Breathing in and pull the fingertips forward and release. And flow the heart energy out of the right palm. Keep on turning. Roll your palms to the center like holding a stick. Then release the spine. Pull your spine right. And let your hands slide against each other. Right here. Hupipa. And as you release, twist to the left. Pull the spine, and as you release, parry. So parry right, and then parry left. Using our shooting palms. Left hand's going to cover. And then pull the spine, pull until it's outside of the knee. Breathing in and grabbing. And as you release, tuck the left hand while the right fist rises right in the center. And pull the spine so you turn a little. And then release, and you're back to the center. And then just let the body oscillate back and forth as you gather, sink, and then lift the sternum. And feel the whole body get full and connect, and then release the wrist and come back to center. Left side, pull the spine, pull the fingertips straight up, breathing in, pull the fingertips forward, release. Flow from the heart out through the left palm. Keep on turning and roll the hands to the center. Release. Let the hands slide against each other. Right here. Hu pipa. Play the pipa. Pull and release. Twist to the right, and then parry left, parry right, vibrating the palms, vibrating the fingers. Pull the spine, and as you release, let the right hand flip over and cover. And then pull the spine to the left, and then breathe in and start to grab. And as you exhale, release. Right hand tucks into your body. Left hand surges to the front. Turn a little bit and release. And then just let the body vibrate and oscillate back and forth. Lift the sternum. Release the wrist. Pull the chi back to the heart. Reset. Left side. Brush the knee. Inhale Usually tying the coat, pull the spine to the right, and as you release, the right hand circles down and up, and release the spine, and then pull the spine to the left. Let the hands wipe down, circle up, and release the spine, and pull the palm up, and then release. Pull the spine to the left and pull the fingertips out, and as you release, imagine the fingertips being pulled in a big circle. Then come back to center. One open and close. Right side. Oops, right side. Breathe in and out. Flow the heart energy out of the right palm. Easily tying the coat. Left hand circles up. Pull the spine to the right. Hands come down. Fingertip connects. Lift. Tuck the elbow and pull the spine to the right. Pull the fingertips out and twisting and then release. Double palm. Release. Fist under elbow, right side. Pull the spine, pull the palms out, raising them, and then release. Dropping the right hand. Turn. Turn the palm, turn the spine. And as you release, the bottom hand holds a fist and the elbow drops. And as you come to center, pull the spine to the right until fist under elbow. Breathe in. And as you exhale, let the fist be pulled forward and then open and rising and folding. Release and pull the spine to the right and release. So repulse monkey, brush the knee. Keep on turning to the left. Repulse monkey, right hand up and out. Keep on turning to the right. Right hand up and out. Usually tying the coat, release. Left hand circles up, down. Fingertip connects, rising, out. Turn the waist. Release, spiral left. Keep the fingertip connected to the wrist. Double palm. Release. Open and close. And then left side. Turn and open. Drop the left hand as you open. Turn the spine. Turn the waist. Bottom hand grabs a fist and drop the elbow. Keep on turning until you have fist on the elbow. Breathe in. And as you exhale, release. The hand pushes out and then opens and rises and folds and turn to the left. Repulse monkey left. Brush the right knee. Turn the right palm. Keep on turning to the right. Repulse monkey right. Brush the left knee. Keep on turning. Lift. Leisurely tying the coat. Fold. Right hand circles up. Left hand down. Turn. Connect the middle finger with the wrist. Lift and rise. Turn. Expand and release. Sternum up. Fill the whole body up and let it go. Drop and press. Push from the shoulder blades, breathing in. And slowly bring everything back to center. Slowly let the breath go. Release all the tension in the body. Bring one leg in at a time. Bring the hands up. Breathe in, down, and then just rest the hands on the lap. Calm the breathing down. Remind yourself to smile, the inner smile. Remind yourself to connect with the sun in the sky, to the sun in your chest, the heart. Remind yourself to sink the air down to your lower dantian and use the ha sound. You slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together. Always slowly open your eyes from the meditation. You take your time letting the light enter your system. You don't want to shock your system. Get in between, wiggle, warm up your eyes, brush your scalp. Pull the muscles away from your spine, from the neck, the cervical, back and forth, up and down. Just drop the elbows. Use the weight of your hands. Okay. Yeah, those of you who are done, you should do this 2 to 3 times. Okay. I forgot what part I was going to review, talk about. I think it was, well, there's so many parts. The oh, I know what I wanted to mention. Yeah. So I've talked about this before, but when we do the open and close, when you're learning that, it's just about you open not more than with the shoulder, and it's very mechanical. But as you start expanding the palms and stretching, and you do the open and close, and if you go back and look at the video today, you're gonna notice when I close, it's like, oh, I'm I don't go all the way in, and that's because as I'm breathing today and I come in, I can feel that compression in my palms, and it's like it doesn't want to go anymore. And when you have that feeling, it doesn't want to close. Right? You just sit on that, relax. So if you listen, right, as you expand the palms and connect it with your whole body, sometimes it's going to be really small move. It might just be like this, or it might just feel like just the palms pulsing. Sometimes you might be able to do it large to small. Sometimes it might just expand, and like for me today, it just gets stuck right there. And it's how you're doing the rest of your body. Yeah? If you're just doing it mechanically, like that, right? And then uh, another reminder is I like you to do it height of your heart, right? Heart chakra. Right? So if you do a different height. At the minimum, try to align it with either heart or solar plex or throat, instead of just kind of arbitrarily choose, or listen and feel like, if I change the height, do I feel something changing in the body? Where does it feel good? So it could be all the way from crown, third eye, right? Throat, heart, solar plex, sacral, root. Root, just kind of down, down about here. Okay, thank you for those of you who are, I won't see you, okay, but we're back every Sunday. One more week of rest, right, Susie? I'm so confused. One more week of recess. Oh, I can't hear your microphone.
18th of September is the first of the fall session.
Yeah, the in-person classes. Yeah, so one more week break before the in-person classes. And like Susie was mentioning, yeah, make sure people sign up for all the classes. Okay, yeah. Any questions before we take our break? Everybody confused? Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, just try that, and it's how you breathe. It can really affect. Sometimes you just feel like your hands will just move by themselves, and then right there. And then sometimes you feel like, oh, it's just more physical. Yeah, but there's no. It has to be this height. It has to be a certain way. It has to be a certain distance. If you start feeling and playing with the chi, playing with the energy, that's just going to affect it, well, how you move, and your intent, of course, your intent of what you want to train. Okay, let's take a little break then. Take a little break. Take a little water break, bathroom break, whatever you need.